in the morning said, Sima, can you set up the whole thing by about 3 o'clock? He said, yes. Without even thinking, he said, fine. Okay, that call was made to him at what time? 11:45, we made a call to him and then he said, I'm going to do it. Okay, so big round of applause to Sima. Okay. So thank you all team for the fantastic, cooperation and you made this event happen. Thank you so much. Okay, now the next one is I would like to invite recognize all the knowledge sharing partners who are present in this room. So wherever you are, I kindly request you to raise and then so that others know who are all present here. So from this side, from Architects and Interiors team, we have Mr. Jaisim. Sir, please welcome. And Construction and Builders side, we have Shashi Rao. Then for Villa, Mitra, Mr. Mitra. Thank you. And then for Real Estate, Mr. Farooq. Okay. I think you have an event going on here, one more real estate event, I understand. So PMC and Infra, Mr. Prakash, A.N. Prakash. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And Celebrations, Kajol Bhatia. So thank you very much. So anyone else? Krishna Marianka. So please welcome, sir. And then CEO and CFO, it is Vish Iyer. Please welcome, sir. And then Education, Facility and Wellness, Rukmangada, Mr. Rukmangada. Thank you very much. Please come. So, and then HNIs, Mr. Raghu and Darshan. And HR, Mr. Narasimhan. Okay, thank you. And IT and Marketing, Mr. Shanbag. Thank you. Please welcome. SME, Mr. Srivatsan. Okay. And then Startups, Kishore Jagirdar. Okay, thank you very much. So, Mr. Ramprasad from? Okay, Mr. Ramprasad, sorry, HR. Okay, so here's my friend. Okay. Okay. So now, thank you so much for joining. So is there anyone I left? Mr. Ram? Ram, all are covered. Thank you. So, so what is this whole thing is all about? Why are we having, I think, a little bit of introduction given by Manasa, but Mr. Balaji will talk more about, so why are we doing this? Why we are having this particular event? So welcome all of you again. And then special welcome to all the Gold Club members. Okay, so Mr. Balaji, over to Balaji, and then he will talk about the, in fact, Ram talked about like two important people here. But the kind of whatever the difference, what you people made in hundreds of people outside. So I think that's what Balaji will.
Yeah, this evening really is about gratitude. It's really us expressing gratitude to all of you, the Gold Club members. You see, it's not really about the numbers. It's not about, we have added 6 people or, inducted 6 people or 10 people, 20 people or 50 people, some of you in this room. It's not really about that. What is it really about? I think as seasoned BNI members, we know that there is life before BNI and there's life after we join BNI. Am I right? Right? You know it, right? Because before BNI, actually we were alone, right? Because we were the only ones looking out for business for our organizations. But once we join BNI, there's a whole team of us around us who say, okay, we are also looking out for business for you. It's a totally different feeling, isn't it? And as an entrepreneur, as a business leader, you suddenly have a group of people who are kind of saying that, you know what, we have your back covered. I think it's totally a different feeling. And we feel, we are not alone. And I think that is the kind of impact we are creating for business leaders. Would you agree with me, guys? I think that's a totally different value that we have created for our members. And, sometimes because I think over the years, BNI becomes part of our DNA, right? So we kind of take it for granted. Okay, so I think you need a little nod to kind of nudge to kind of say, you know what? Remember those days when you were alone. And that is what you're created for, your fellow BNI members, people whom you have brought into BNI. And this is just a way for us to kind of say thanks on their behalf and from our behalf, saying that, we have created a big impact on their lives. Thank you so much. That's what this event or this evening is all about.
Yeah. So adding to that, if I want to talk about this particular event, so this particular event is for the people who are sitting in this room, as we have told a couple of times. The people who have sponsored 6 members or more in BNI, so they are all called as the Gold Club members. Okay, in BNI we have suppose if you have sponsored 6 people, it is 1 diamond pin. So 12, it is 2. Then 18, it is 3, and it goes on. Okay, so that is the kind of instead of calling this as a sponsorship, okay, I would like to call this as what is the difference you have made in someone else's life. Okay, like again, I'm coming back to Ram said, I mean, these people are in my life. I just want to share a very, very quick story with you. One day, what happened night, probably around past 11:30 or 11:45, close to 12 o'clock actually. So close to 12 o'clock, I get a call. Okay, when the call came, I was, I mean, since it's almost nearing midnight, so I thought I should pick up the call because there might be an emergency for somebody, and then I picked up the call. So the person on the other side, he said, in Kannada, he told me suddenly, Anand, ನೀವು next 10 ಜನ್ಮಕ್ಕಾಗೋಷ್ಟು ಪುಣ್ಯ ಸಂಪಾದಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ, he told. That means for next 10 lives, whatever is the gratitude is there, you have already earned, he said, for next 10 lives. I said, my God, my night, 12 o'clock, somebody calling me and telling me this probably must be drunk or whatever it is. So that's what I was thinking. But I know this gentleman, he's an amazing person. So, so he said, I asked him, sir, why are you telling this to me? That too at this point of time, at 12 o'clock it's almost. He said, no, Anant, it is, I just wanted to thank you because today I have received a check which is highest ever in my life. He's a realtor. Okay, highest ever in my life. That's the check I received. It's about 25 lakh rupees actually. Okay, he said, this is the one which I have not seen in my life, the same. Because of BNI it happened. Then I said, see, I did not give you a referral. Okay, so I never connected you. I never got you that business. Why are you thanking me? He said, no, I am thanking you because you brought BNI to Bangalore. Okay, so probably after expressing his gratitude, he would have gone for sleep peacefully. Next 3 hours, I did not sleep. Okay, so I could not sleep. Okay, I was just totally awake, and then myself and Sumati, we were chatting, and then we were really, I mean, feeling so emotional, and then almost felt like crying. Okay, so that's the kind of the difference what each one of you have made by getting the people into the system. Okay, in fact, the other story which I keep telling is when we were cruising, there was a bird actually. So this bird, a very small bird, it's a, sparrow kind of thing. It was also flying in the the deck. Okay, that we had almost came out of the shore for more than 300, 400 miles, we would have come into the ship. Okay, but this bird was flying here. Okay, that means the bird was flying there with all the power in that distance away from the shore. That is because of the ship, whatever you call it as. I don't know much about the physics or thing, so that whatever is the gravitation power or whatever it is, because of that it was flying, right? Okay. When it was flying, what it did is, by chance, it went little bit to the edge of the ship. Okay, it just went. The moment it went, I think it lost this particular power, whatever it was making it to fly here, and then it just went away. And then within few seconds, it's gone. Okay, the moment it is out, now, just imagine it is almost around 200 miles away from the shore. Will it have a strength to fly back? May not, right? So it may perish, okay? So BNI has become like that for so many people in their life, okay? That is giving the strength to the people. So that's what all of you have created. So that's what is the gratitude, what we are talking. So this whole evening till whatever is the night, this is all about gratitude. So that's why we thought we'll create an exclusive event for you. And then when a lot of people have come forward and they volunteered and then they said, yes, we are going to do this. And then that's how the event is here. So please enjoy the whole event. And then they have lined up a lot of activities for you. So once again, I request all the the committee members to stand up wherever they are. I want to thank you people for creating the fantastic evening for all of you. Okay, thank you.
Just please stay for a second. Nobody's life or nobody's success is complete without the women behind the entire thing, right? So I request both the women, the lovely ladies, ARDs, our special partners of the partners, please come on stage, Sumati and Aarti. No? Yes. They're making sure there's enough drama about this, huh? Give it up for Sumati and Aarti. The force behind the forces. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for making sure you give them time to do this. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Okay. So what is going to happen this evening? I'm continuing where I left that time. So this evening, like both of them said, it's going to be special. It is going to be about 3 C's. What are the 3 C's? Collaboration, celebration, and camaraderie. We are here in this room, the best of the lot, the cream de la cream of BNI. Bangalore is in this room. The very table you are sitting in, they are the biggest contributors to this region. So please make sure you make most of this evening by talking to them, making sure you build a bond that lasts forever. So what else is happening apart from the 3 C's? Is entertainment. We already showed you how it started. There's a lot more interesting stuff happening. There are also going to be a lot of awards. A lot of contributors to this region get recognized today. There's a series of awards, so stay tuned. You might win an award you don't know yet. Yeah. So there are a set of awards, then there is going to be performances, and there will also be a surprise announcement by the EDs. And this we've made sure it's kept at the end of the show. It's a secret. It's a big surprise and something that will benefit everybody who's sitting in these chairs today. Yeah. So that is going to be the evening and many more things that's going to happen. So I invite my partner Ram. Now we'll start with the awards. What are the awards that we're having now?
Yeah, thank you, Manasa. And now, as taking off from where Balaji left us, gratitude. You know, we told you that true gold in its natural form actually is dull. It needs to be polished to get the shine. Yeah. So right now we'd like to express our gratitude, yeah, to the members. You know, have you watched the James Bond movie Man with the Golden Gun? Yeah. This is nothing like that. This is hand. Sar ke upar haath rakh diya, Midas touch. You turn into gold. Yeah, can I invite these members onto stage while we also invite our EDs, Balaji and Anant, once again to hand out the awards to these men, the men with the golden touch. Yeah, in their chapters, they've certainly had the golden touch. Shashi from Admirals. So I'm going to call out the names. Keep coming up. We want 5 of you up here because we have a nice big stage. Continuously, I'm going to call their names. So Shashi from Admirals. We have Harish Hechen from Biddazzlers. Harish from Biddazzlers. Then we have Samit from Benchmark.
So it's all in the alphabetical order. All the chapters will get the award in different slots. Yeah. So
Samit
this is the first
from
slot.
Benchmark. We have Swaroop Sridhar from Billionaires. Swaroop Sridhar from Billionaires. Anil Kumar TV from Champions. Geeta Rao from Cosmos.
Let them all stand maybe and then we'll give it to them. Yeah.
Bhagirath.
I request everybody to just stand first.
Bhagirath from Drona. Don't get off the stage, my dear man. You need to add to the shine on the stage. All that glitters is gold. And we want all the gold up on stage that we can get. Next, we have Edward Jeevan from Dynamic. Yogesh Babu from Eagles. Rohit from Elite. You've taken your pictures? Okay, if you've got your shiny pictures, then you're off. We have Yogesh Babu from Eagles, Rohit from Elite, Rajendra. Guys, keep the claps going. Rajendra from Excellence. Arvind Jain from Fortune. Arvind Jain from Fortune. Mitesh Surana from BNI Futures. Mitesh Surana from Futures. Praveen from Garuda. Praveen from Garuda. Joseph Thomas. JT from Gems. JT from Gems. He is the gem embedded in the gold that you see here today. And we have Shaji from Go Getters. Shaji from Go Getters. You know? Okay, coming up, we'll come up with more gold in a short while. Yes, yes. We want a picture. Absolutely. No one is getting off stage without a picture. Yes. You know, when you actually mine for the gold, do you think you just get the gold like that? It takes a lot of hard work, doesn't it? So for them to give the awards, they're actually working behind the scenes to get the right award for the right person. Great job, guys. You've done a great job back end. And
Yes.
with that, thank you so much, Anant and Balaji.
So
And,
these are the series of awards given to members in each chapter who have inducted maximum members in their chapter. Yeah. Please note maximum numbers in each chapter is getting recognized, and we're doing it in batches. All chapters will get the award. So stay back. That's the idea.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Manasa. And now I'm going to hand over the mic to the lovely lady, Neha. Neha ke neno se bhi dekh ke to dekho. Yeah. Neha, over to you.
Thank you, Ram. Thanks a lot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the next set of event for the evening. To give a brief introduction, you all realize that you're sitting as per your target market and you have a knowledge share partner at your table, right? So you must be wondering what really is going on and what the plan for this is. The best people to be talking about this, I request Mr. Ram Seshu and Ganesh to please come up on the stage and take you through the next series of events and guide you through what exactly is going to happen in the next probably 30 to 35 minutes, and they will be briefing you about this. So Mr. Ram Seshu and Ganesh, can we have a round of applause for them, please?
ನೀನು ಆ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗು. ಆ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ. ನಾನು ಹಿಂದೆ ಏನೋ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನೀನು ಒಳ್ಳೇದು. ಅಚ್ಚಾ ಬಾ ಹಿಂದೆ ಬಾ. So we are the long and short of it. And till recently fat and fat of it, but now Ganesh has lost weight, so the fat and the thin of it. So this is the Laurel and Hardy combine that you got. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'd like to thank all the guests who have come here. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for your patience. So we have a very interesting knowledge share format right now. In front of you, there are some yellow papers. If you can just, Kumar, can you just hand it? There's this yellow sheet. Can I request each one of you to please grab this sheet, take this sheet, including our friends who have joined us. Can each of you take a sheet? Kumar, that you can use that sheet. So let me guide you through this particular sheet. For those of us who are members of BNI, of course, you can write the name, your chapter, and your category. Name, chapter, and category. I hope all the Gold Club members. Has everybody got this? Can you please fill this up? There's a pen there that we've given you, name, chapter, and category. The first question, if you can write down, please. What have been the high points of your journey till date? Each of us is a very successful business person. So if you can please write down what have been the high points of your success in your life, in BNI, in your life, in general, in your profession, in your life. What have been some high points in your journey? And then if you can write down after that, what thought process do you adopt to overcome any challenges that come in your business? So even if you can fill this up, please, Bhujang. What kind of thought process do you follow in case you do encounter some challenges in your life? If you can please do that. No, just showing it to you. Guess there. Guess there. Right. So the second one is, what thought process do you adopt to overcome challenges? And the third one, the third question, what are some of your learnings in this journey? What have been some of the learnings that you had in this journey? So if you can please answer these three questions. What have been the high points in your journey in life? What thought process do you adopt to overcome any challenges that can come? And finally, what are some of your learnings in this journey that you've had till now? So pen bigger. Shivatan, you want a pen? Have you been able to fill this form? If you have, can you just wave so that I know that the room is done, or I need to give you another minute? You need to finish it today, and you won't get extra pages. Sima, I know you want extra papers, but you won't. Please do with one. No. You'll get only one. You can't get more than that. You won't get extra sheets. And Sima, no copying from your partner, neighbor. This is your journey. Let him copy. Okay. All right, I believe you're allowed to copy, sir. Done? So, can I request you, each of the tables has a moderator. Can you please start with the guest who has joined us? Can the moderator start this discussion at the table with the guest? Please ask the guest to share their journey, and then each of us at the table can share our individual journeys. So, will you please do that?
Yeah, we need to, sir, who would you like to at the table with the information of how has your journey been, sir? What have been? Yeah, you need to share it with me. Yes. Because I come across so many people. So I have seen so many entrepreneurs. And yes, I love BNI for one thing because we got a lot of EDPs where fresh out of Nashta. Only one thing I say, you cannot shed your EDPs. You should be able to knock on the right doors. So that is why I think it's BNI is very much a big deal. What NSIC has been doing, first of all,
Partners in progress will come and take away stakeholders. Yes. Serious stakeholders. Police in that area, MLA from that area. We didn't even know who the MLA was for the So from there we started and we built a team where we learned how to do this business. So that was in 2012. 2012 we started. Then we learned that there are some issues with the land. Something that is 1950 land, who's got it, everything is there. You start looking at it, there are 2-3 owners, we are also owners. You've been in possession? Yes, we've been in possession for 50 years. Somebody else will do it. Sure, but none of them came and harassed us later.
you want to go to the second question?
We said, okay, let's get the approvals the way it should be done. So we went to the courts. We didn't start. We had the land in our hand in 2012. We started 2014 December. It was 2 years to sort everything out, including going to the urban development. Acceptance.
These awards are like the Oscars of the real estate industry. First, you have to qualify from the local level, that is from city level, from Bangalore, you went to the central level. Then you have so many countries participating. These awards then come to the global stage. There are 16 categories from low-cost housing, infrastructure projects to restoration of old buildings, to malls. I mean, 16, 17 different categories. So I gave away the awards when I was the world president. Sheikh Mohammed and his son in Dubai. One of the biggest things when I was the world president, you have to have one copy. The last one was in Moscow, and the coming one that we have now is going to be. So we have 3 years of leadership. We have
I think when you push your corner, that's when you can hit back. I mean, you either hit back or you give up. But if you choose to hit back, God helps me. Because then, sky is the limit. So that's basically what happened. You turned around and smashed it. Learnings, they are never given. Age is just a number.
But I run a school of
Thank you so much. Let's hear it for Kumar. Hold on.
this has to be worked. We cannot saturate with folded hands. Students will come and join. How we have to attract studious. If you are just here to invest, top five. I can call it RV. They say only BMH, whatever the main people are just always looking at them. The last 3-4 years, what it is, first of all, private institutions, like presidency, JNX, that do not have the foreign. They are facing they just started
The physical manifestation of the challenges around us is because of the challenges inside. They come with the one objective to basically make us stronger.
So, my name is, I wanted to explain I resigned I thought that I don't want to work for anybody, so I want to be free man. We have cleaner with 3 working school, colleges, hospitals, and what I understood that this is and second, why I understood in my journey is love leadership. What I practice, how you do the love, if you can work, if somebody commands me to do it, I don't know, ego or I don't know what you call it, I cannot take it. Somebody tells me, can you do it, please, out of my way. So that is one I learned. Most of the people might like it, nobody likes to command. So I created the system for love leadership. And adopted exactly have lunch together once a month, take them out,
Most of them are housewives. They give longer breaks in the lunchtime. They go home, prepare food, feed their kids, and come back and work at little longer time. This is interesting. Yeah. So I didn't know till last year, 8 countries in my office in Udupi. They come in their rowing boats to work. Apart from that, they are from such a remote village. I'm just talking about bird's eye view of during rainy time. You have to go back.
Raw material is, working capital is a major constraint as far as any MSC is
I'm taking time
on the routines. This is a fund constraint. So their raw material will make or break. Now, customer decides you are placing the market. That will take our so where we provide we try to do we do likes. When the working capital limit is not sufficient, we give them some supplementary support also. Like we give them additional limit. They give this freedom to anybody they want. They give the government is making payment on behalf of the
Technology where I found my
government makes the payment not to the supplier. An MSC will give a limit to the order. He will purchase from anybody. He will give the supply bill. I'll make the payment. And it gives us 3 months credit period for repayment. It is a rotational process. See, what happens is that any working capital, sometimes their CC limits will be low, so they cannot go and take 3 years. By this, he has 2 advantages. Supplier also will have a advantage if government is making payment. So you try to indulge in the person more and they can negotiate for better rates. Any idea? We need to time this. For our
I've been about 5 years now. I learned from the system is really not good. How to give in a performance in the right way. We gave here and there. So they taught me how to give.
Normally we have, retailers and traders. The tendency may maybe to jack up the margins because of the channel. So there, when we get involved, the cost of the
నాకేమైనా తినేసుకుని పోయేది తినేసుకుని నాకేమైనా ఆకాశం ఆకాశం ఫోటోగ్రాఫ్ క్యాండిడ్ ఫోటోగ్రాఫ్ క్యాండిడ్
So moderators, how's it going? How's it going? Good, good fun? Great. All right, so can we take another 10 minutes? And maybe so if we can do a quick round around the table, if you guys can quickly share your success stories, because I'd like to story and how you become a success in life. So let's just quickly go around.
Saw empty shop. Actually, we were in a joint family. My father was a medical person. So he told, I've been cheated by my brothers by 150 crores. It's minus 150 crores when I entered the business. Zero stock. And he gave me a slip. We are supposed to pay 40 lakhs to the department. So 3 years incentive. I was not supposed to. I didn't want to get into
head towards serious issues like women is a so-called affordable housing. There are some people still buying. So there is changes the receivables. If we are adapted to those changes, we can see.
Thank you.
Yes, would love to.
In terms of payment, it's not direct method. There are solutions where you can apply. One success story. We have a facilitation center. High point of your journey. Any one of them you have written 3 or just give one high point. Okay, we can do like this. You can give one high point and you can give 1 point. How do you adopt to overcome a challenge? 1 point from that. You can also give one learning from your journey.
One high point, one how to overcome challenge, and possibly one lesson. My learnings along the journey, life is full of ups and downs, and we learn to expect, accept the outcomes with humility.
My name is Manoj.
Hi everyone, my name is Darshan. I'm in the education space. I help people build schools and colleges. And almost around 5 years back, I started building my own schools and colleges. And I've been in this space for almost 2 decades now. Sorry, 1 decade. I started quite early. One of the first highs of my life was to set up a school. Recognition out of Bangalore. One of my
You feel yourself
after that, I had each institution brings with its own
almost 50% of the people here around the team of 80 people, 50% of them have completed almost 8 years. That's the thing. Some of our learnings is customer is not looking unless you face. That's the important for me. Then lean and well-trained team is better than having a large team.
This is Anand from Icon Chapter. I'm into computer hardware.
You're done? All right. Another 3 minutes. Okay. Another 3 minutes. All right. Okay.
పార్చి నోట్ లేదు ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఉంటే వచ్చిందా ఏం లేదు ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఉంటే వచ్చింది వచ్చేసరికి 5 లేపుతారు లేపుదలకి 10 రాదు అడిగితే డబ్బులు వస్తారు మేనేజ్ ఏమన్నా
With the wisdom you are giving, sir, there are a lot of people offering.
కరెంట్ పెట్టినదే కదా సరే ఒక పని చేస్తాను ముందర వేసుకునేస్తాను కొంచెం ముందర కదా నాకు వాళ్ళ తలకాయలు వస్తాను ఛానల్ డిస్కషన్ అంటే రేట్ చూడు కరెక్ట్ కూర్చోడు సార్ అందరం
They may have non-fund based
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry to interrupt you, but has this been an interesting sharing session? Has this been an interesting learning session? That's the whole idea. That's the reason why we curated this program. Where is my partner Ganesh? When Ganesh and I talked about this session, we said let's curate an experience by which we can sit with people who've been there, seen it all, done it all, and talk to them, learn from their experiences, and also imbibe, share with them, share with each other what we've learned.
Yep. Hello. One of the other purpose of we making this seating arrangement is that we want to see you're all already a fantastic givers by contributing more than a lot of induction as a business owner in BNI. And since you're also great givers, how about collaborating among yourself? We focus on the target market, what you people are in specialist, and see how you can help this among yourself and take this relationship forward to a great business.
So at the tables, ladies and gentlemen, have you got all the names of your friends who are sitting from other chapters at your table? So here are some very interesting collaboration opportunities that are available, right? You can collaborate with each other and get going.
Okay, guys, may I have your attention, please? Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? Yeah, did you enjoy this session? Yeah, did you have a great time from the sharings of all the knowledge sharing partners and the sharings of your fellow members? Yeah, was it exciting? Yeah, did you learn how they overcame some challenges in their lives and their high points? Yes? Wasn't there a lot of similarity? Was there a lot of similarity? My question, guys, Harish Hechen, was there a lot of similarity? Yeah? There was no similarity? What were the few things that were coming up on every table? You might not know it. A few things that were coming up on every table that made your hair stand on edge. Yeah? Okay. So Henry here says nothing stood on edge because he has a clear head. Okay, fantastic. So Henry, this morning I met a member in a new yet to be launched chapter called Dhairyam, Dr. Chehel. And he can help something come on your head. Okay, if you would like. So, did you know who the brain behind this session was? I would like to invite the brain behind this session, which is none other than, I am Chota Ram. He's Bada Ram. Ram Sheshu, can we have Ram Sheshu here on stage? Yeah, he was the brain behind this session. And the brain, yes. He's a big guy, he needs a big hand. He's a big guy, yes. Absolutely, he's a big guy, he needs a big hand, yes. Okay? And the brain behind collaborations, the tables you're sitting on, was none other than Ganesh L. Can we hear it? He's a big guy also. Can we hear a big hand for him? Yes, he's a big guy also. Yeah? Chota Bheem. Okay, fantastic. Ganesh, congratulations, man. You're my buddy, yeah, fantastic. And now, over to Ram Sheshu for the next item on the agenda.
All right. So the next item is a belly dance. Oh. And being done by? All right, guys. Now that I've got your attention, I'd like to invite on stage three people who I have a lot of admiration for. So I'd like you all to please settle down, sit down. And those of you who are facing that side, if you can just turn your chairs so that, Murli, I don't want you to get a crick in your neck and then blame the Gold Club for that. You'll have to go to some spa. There's no spa member here in this Gold Club. I saw that. But can I call on stage three of my great friends who are going to talk, who've been through an amazing journey in their own life, and they've come here at our invitation to share their journey with us. So may I request R. Girish to please escort my good friend F.R. Singhvi onto the stage. F.R. Singhvi is an amazing human being. F.R. is a chartered accountant. I don't know how many of you have heard of a company called Singhvi, Dev and Unni, SDU. This is the Singhvi. After a very successful stint as a chartered accountant, F.R. decided to move on and joined a company called Sansera as the joint managing director, has grown Sansera. But very importantly, he's here today because he is also very, very responsible for setting up, nurturing, and giving life to an organization called ACMA, which is the Automotive Component Manufacturers Association. Ladies and gentlemen, to one of the nicest people on earth, Mr. F.R. Singhvi. F.R. I'd now like to ask Girish, you're still there, right? To please escort Suresh Hari, past president of Roundtable India, immediate past district governor of Rotary 3190, the man who has breathed life into Credai. How many of you heard of Credai? Credai? This is Mr. Credai himself, Suresh Hari. He's done such a lot of work. Another dear friend of mine. Suresh, thank you very much for being here. And finally, Girish, I'm going to make you walk again today. What to do? You're the only guy standing there. So Girish, can you please escort someone who's been a mentor to me and a mentor to quite a few people in this room, Miss Madhura Chhatrapati. Madhura, Aarti, will you please also escort Madhura onto the dais, please? If women entrepreneurs have a voice and a say today in Karnataka, in Bangalore and Karnataka, it is largely thanks to the work that Madhura has done over the last 40 years. She is one of the founders of an organization called Awake, which is the Association of Women Entrepreneurs of Karnataka, and now runs Ascent, which is a social entrepreneurship program. Madhura? Fantastic. So ladies and gentlemen, we've got can I have some mics here, please? FR does. Well, let me start with Madhura.
Yep.
Madhura, can you please briefly describe to us? So I'm going to ask you three questions to all of you. First is your own journey through Awake, FR, through ACMA, and through Credai, right? So would you like to share your journey on Awake with us, please?
Yes, sure. Well, it was Rotary Bangalore South, which gave 7 of us women Outstanding Women Entrepreneur Award. We were just 2-year-olds at that time. But then the in thing was to recognize women. And we 7 on the dice decided to start Awake, an association, not the name as such, the Association of Women Entrepreneurs of Karnataka. So our first understanding was, and particularly me, since I have been exposed to Rotary, even though I was not a Rotarian then, the spirit of doing things with your time and talent, your expertise, sharing it with others and bringing them up as the vocational service is what had attracted me. So we decided we'll get together and help others to start. We'll not be an association which will demand concession, things, special treatment for women entrepreneurs, but to basically see that we help others with our own knowledge and our own understanding and experience and our network as well. In those days, yet network was being formed. And when the organization was inaugurated, this was widely mentioned. People started coming to my office because usually when a new association is started, it's in somebody's office. So every day I would have people coming in, finding out what to do, how could I do. Sometimes they have an idea, they don't know where to take it, many such things. So there was a constant flow of people wanting to get help, understand how to set up their own business. So that became the first part of our journey. And slowly we kind of channelized properly. So we started it as Thursday afternoon, 2:30. You can walk in and you will get somebody to counsel you. That's going on even today after 38 years. You can go to Awake office. On a Thursday afternoon, you can get some counseling done. Awake is in the industrial estate, Rajaji Nagar, where the offices are there and there itself. So that's a journey I just thought I would tell you. But then the going through that is what we learned a lot, what is needed many times, is understanding issues and also helping them to see how can their training, etc. And the gender issues was always there. So even the first entrepreneurship training we did with the help of IDBI and the banking sectors and others coming, trainers coming from the other organizations, what we said, we wanted to make them understand the family to accept, etc. So that even when we had a meeting earlier, there was always this whisper, will they be able to do? So we always had a board, who are the people who are making the selection, what is happening, everything, so that the family can come. This also we had said. And when they came for the interview, we told them that they can bring their own key family member who is going to support, so that if they had the question, they can ask us. Not during their interview, but later. So from that kind of approach, we've come a long way. But just I want to say that this, even on a inauguration of a training program, we would call, say, who is the key person who will support you? Your anchor in your family, bring them, give the name, we'll give an invitation separately. They came for the inauguration, then we'll say, it is not that your wife or your daughter, your somebody's sister, who's crazy wanting to start business. See, there are 35 others. So that the family saw who are all going to be there. So that's the way we built it slightly differently. And that's where it's come all the way. Today it's a highly recognized organization. It also happened, we were hardly 1 year, that we went to a national conference in Delhi. And we all had our short form for the Association of Women Entrepreneurs of Karnataka is Awake. I thought you'll have a laugh. We started off thinking, we'll call it Women Entrepreneurs Association of Karnataka. Look at the acronym. How does it sound? So we said, no, we'll turn it around and make it Awake, the Association of Women Entrepreneurs of Karnataka.
So Madhura, how many women entrepreneurs now in Awake? What's the total strength?
No, in Awake, it is not that everybody comes and joins, they get trained in different parts of the country, etc. There is 4,000 plus members, but they are not always here in Bangalore. They could be in Bangalore, they could be in Chikmaga. Recently, we had a event, a state level event. We had people from Gulbarga to other places, entrepreneurs from everywhere. And trainings are also there. A center, there is no center there, but there will be a representative who is identified as a rep. They're all
Fantastic,
available.
Madhura.
The
Super.
network is available.
What a nice thing.
Yeah.
If I'm moving to you, if your own journey of ACMA, I mean, how has ACMA become one of the most respected voices in the industry today?
Ram, thanks for inviting me, but first let me set right that ACMA is not created by me, or I have not been the only person to make ACMA what it is. It's more than 60 years old organization. So being in the auto, it's ACMA acronym, the name is Auto Component Manufacturers Association. So I'm just playing a role of mine as a member in that and some active things. So let me give the background of what I'm doing in ACMA and how it's helping out. Basically, when I started, got into completing my course as chartered accountancy, it's not a course that you can just walk across and finish. So you have to really put in efforts, and so CA not only makes you good on the economic front, but it actually gives you a capability of doing something far more better, or you have to work harder, and to do it so that idea of working hard and trying to excel came in through the course of CA. And then in order to grow, I realized that just you being good is not good enough. You have to have people around you who also have to be equally good. So training and mentoring and all that comes in. So be it in my own organizations or, and as I grew, created organization, that sense of that if you have to, the organizations to grow, the sector has to do well. If sector has to do well, the country has to do well. And that's how my involvement with ACMA started when I quit my practice as a chartered accountant and became full-time into auto industry and started getting into ACMA. The first thing what I found was that everybody was talking about how to represent to the government, the difficulties faced by the association, how to go meet customer, trying to call them, hear them out, and that's how the whole organization structure was. And I started talking in ACMA that look, where is the human relation aspect? If your industry has to do well, if you have to overcome some of the problem that you discuss with government, there must be a concept of human relationship or HR function. If you see in manufacturing activity, the whole focus is on workers. Everything is explained about difficulties of how workers can create problem for us, union issues, and whenever you go to government, you are trying to claim various issues relating to the labor laws. And I changed the perspective. I said, more than the labor, your efficiency is not affected by the labor, it's actually affected by the senior people. Labor is very simple. If he is to produce 100 parts, he produces 90, he's 10% short. But a staff is supposed to do X. How do you really judge and evaluate a human person, a manager? How do you evaluate? And that's how we started a separate division of HR. And let me tell you that we were one of the first association in the country to realize that if we don't play fair with workers, there could be industrial disputes and industrial relationship getting affected. And generally we follow our customers, bigger brothers, and they tell us what to do. In this case, actually, ACMA happened to tell our parent body, not the parent body, a customer body, CM, and they didn't listen to us. They're juniors. So, and then if you see, strike happened in Honda, strike happened in Maruti. And that is when they realized that it is essential that human relationship has to be a very important aspect of manufacturing association. So after that, CI also started with HR. And now it has become like a part of the curriculum. Now, so going beyond that is HR. Again, HR's function is what? He has to make sure that people in the organizations are competent to do the job. And that is the time government also came up with vocational training sector becoming important. And if you today see, how many of you really want to employ BCom graduates and BA graduates and BBM graduates? what is the role they play, what is the kind of salary they would get. So today it's come to a situation where it is profession or vocation. But unfortunately our society, particularly the parents, don't still like their child to do vocation and succeed better than what a normal graduate can do. But so we realized very early that as soon as government announced the sector society, so through our HR department, we took up that task, and we were one of the first one to create what you call it, auto sector skills society called ASTC. And this society was created with ACMA members. Then we have on the other side dealers, that is called FADA, Federation of Dealers Association, and then our customers CIAM. So this sector society was created with all three organizations together. So two of us from ACMA and two of us from each of these organizations. And then there's a government model. You have to create vocation, you have to develop syllabus for the industries, and then you appoint franchises and do it. So we started off very earnestly. We created our own syllabus, because you need, today if you look at ITIs, person would study for 2 years or 3 years, do an ITI, and you bring him to the factory, and majority of the time you'd find he has never had access to any of the machines working. He doesn't even know what a caliper is. And he is supposed to run your machines. So that is the kind of syllabus that you have. So we created our own syllabus based on industry feedback. The first 3 syllabus we created, will be surprised. One was service mechanic, who services your car in the dealership. The other is a machining specialist, that is running the machine in a company like mine. And third is a driver. Today, if I were to say India, what is the biggest problem that we have? I think proper driving skills, including all of us. And so, and the most successful program that happened was driver's course. That today we have trained more than 20,000 drivers in the last 7 years. And it has come to a stage that today the fleet owners tell the dealers or the company, their principals, I'll buy the truck provided you give me trained drivers along with this. So there is a whole change happening about the drivers, their skill, their running of the show. So one of the talks that accident free, I mean, a lot of accidents today happen not because of human error alone, but it's also because of the roads and the quality of roads. So this is one of the most successful programs that we had. But in the process of this, we also found that the system we have franchisee who delivers a course which is very well designed. I send an assessor, but the assessor and franchisee can talk over and give a certificate to a student. When that student comes to you for an interview, you don't find him to be as competent as what the certificate says. Certificate says he's a distinction student, and you give him an interview and give him a test, and you tell him he doesn't know anything. So that is what generally happens in our country. And so what really happened in the first 3-4 years is we produce students, but then the students' quality is not what I would like to employ. So how do we tackle this problem? Because industry needs it and we want this project to be successful. And then we found that TCS carries out exams for railway boards, for banking course. They also conduct exams of FRCS. FRCS doctor who goes through FRCS, his whole surgery is videographed by the team of TCS, and it is put onto the cloud, and there are doctors from 5 different countries who evaluate the surgery, and that's how the candidate pass. So we took the combination of FRCS exams, the combination of banking and railway board exam, and sat with TCS. And in the last 2.5 years that we have worked along with TCS also was very keen. One is a CS part of social responsibility, and secondly, it's again something that they can get into with all sectors. So what has been real achievement, you asked me today, one of the list of items, I would say there's one other achievement that through TCS we have developed a software that today if a franchise is appointed, his assessment will be done online. So requirement of franchisee is online. We can videograph, see the facility. So assessor, like an auditor, need not really go visit and see it, and we can cross-check anytime. Many times what happens, the facility is created for the initial inspection, and after that the facility disappears. Then the trainer again, he has to go through a test, whether he's a good trainer, whether he's able to impart training. So that again, training test is again done online. And these trainers, then there is an AI built into the software. So as the time goes on, the AI will start generating more and more better questions and
What a
assessments.
journey. Fascinating.
And then after that, you have the student who has gone through the course. Now, so these courses are designed, like for example, ITI course is 2 years. Now, same activity, we do it in 16 weeks. And believe me, I have this training institute in my own company, and today my plant head would prefer a ASD student as compared to ITI student. From day one, he starts getting the results that is expected out of a fairly trained student. So because it's out of 16 weeks, 14 weeks is on-job training. So we do online training. Now TCS got centers across. So they do the online examination of student going to their centers and doing the online. So doing in franchisees place is avoided. And then on-job training, that is on the machine. Some of the franchisees have it in-house, but some of the franchisees use services of other factories. So wherever the on-job training is given, the videos are taken, offloaded, and that is assessed by people like Ram or Suresh or whatever. And then again, as an employer, when you are interviewing, if you are not still sure whether this result is correct, you can go and see the answer script in the video yourself. So there's 100% transparency to the whole system. There is no influence possible because assessor does not know who the student is, from which franchise he is. So you are working in a government environment, and to create authenticity is not easy. And that is what we have done in ACMA, and that is transforming. So tomorrow, if anybody is in manufacturing and you want the best guys, look for ASDC certified candidate.
Thank you so much.
And I can tell you will make a difference.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Interesting. I mean, how the fact that you are actually trying to develop talent and it's got nothing to do with your bottom line or your turnover. It's a fascinating learning. Suresh Kredai, how do you...
We made a presentation to the industry minister, skill minister, Mr. Pradhan. I don't know whether he's continuing now or not, but things change so fast. So they are trying to bring into the all sector skills.
Wonderful.
And the whole thing was done where the TCS would charge 1,100 rupees per assessment.
Very nice. So Suresh, coming to Kredai, real estate, all said and done, is going through various ups and downs and ups and downs. How do you manage to get people to leave their downs and downs? Okay. What's an up right now? Okay. But my question to you is that as somebody who's worked in Kredai for a long time in various capacities, how do you get people who inherently don't want to collaborate, who don't trust each other, to trust each other and get collaboration going? I'm going to put you in the spot on that.
Hope you are not putting words in my mouth. Certainly we trust each other. The 500 odd members in Karnataka at least, and the 5,000 odd in the country are the net worth creators. They are the wealth creators. So saying that they don't trust each other is a very wrong statement. I would not like that to be accepted at all in any parlance. But we have our competitive space. Let us be clear about it. And the Kredai is not just a beginning that came in the last 8-10 years. It had its origin, you can take back to 80s, when Bangalore was a pensioner's paradise. Still it is to many of us. But those were the days when even somebody has a 20-30 site, they would like to build their own house and be there, than looking at a vertical, one ugly structure which has to be occupied. Sorry, Jaishim, I see my friend here. Not that Jaishim was involved then, but this is something of a cliche than people entering the space. It is the early 80s when the projects were... You gave 20 minutes, I have just started anyway, I don't know whether I was allowed 20 minutes or altogether 20 minutes. So, I have a habit of setting a clock. If I have to stop, I stop now. But anyhow, see the 80s when the sector was not organized. I believe all of you are aware, when I see the face here, they look like somebody who can go capture $1 million business down like anything. It looks like the audience who are here around. Congratulations on putting this audience in front of us. It gives a lot of positive vibration because business is all about how energetic you are, how positive you are. And when you identify somebody who is successful and put us on that platform, we also feel energized. Yes, okay, we are also there in front of them. Now, in the 80s, the real estate industry was very in the nascent stage. Of course, the real estate is something which is a basic element of human being. Roti, kapada, makan. Always I say this. Roti, somehow you can survive. Kapada, if you go without anything, somebody will give you something to cover not because you need protection, they need protection. So there is no problem. Makan is one thing which is whatever you do or whatever you cry, you suffer, nobody will help you. You have to do it yourself. Having said that, this is the most affected industry, most cared for industry. Somehow we knock at the government door repeatedly, it doesn't happen. I should say Bangalore is the pioneer in this getting organized, basically because on two counts. One is the development is very scientific in Bangalore. I appreciate the architectural and the builders community in Bangalore particularly who look at the aesthetic value of the city. Am I right, Jai Singh? So this is something which is missing in many. They take Bangalore as a model for development of structures and look at the facade or the appearance of it has to be, and that element comes from Bangalore. I should appreciate that. Second, the vertical growth. If you see the phenomenal growth or exponential growth that has happened is not initially there. There was a lot of resistance, but the resistance was very small. The builders weathered all the resistance and were able to develop, create newer packets of development, newer avenues. If you take in 2000 even, 2000, early 2000 or till 2010 even, Whitefield is something which you won't even touch. I myself have gone, done a recce of projects there and come back not touching the place because it's a water-starved area. There is no water. Basic human settlement needs water. And you see the development there now. Can you believe that we can create water out of nowhere? That is developers. So we can do magic and miracle in this country means it's only developers who can do it. So we are a breed who are highly resilient to changes. We are a breed who are together networking together on achieving our end goal of providing housing for all. Be it any space, it may be a luxury segment, it may be a low-cost housing or affordable housing or a mid-range or a villas or whatever you want to say. But it has to be organized. We believe in that. 80s is when the Karnataka is the first state to start this association called COPA. It is not COPA, the Kannada word, but COPA, Karnataka Ownership Apartment Association, of which my partner, my business partner, because I know somebody may be affluent partner means they may think my other part of my life. No, my business partner, he is one of the founding member of this COPA, and I was part of that association. I started my journey there as an honorary member, but at the starting stage itself, they made me the secretary. Somehow they found, because I have the knack of putting my nose everywhere. Huh? I know, because long one, accidentally it goes there.
All right.
So accidentally goes there. It started from there and the journey has been wonderful. I don't know, they call me by different name. They call me Ambedkar of Kradai. I write the constitution there for them and anything and everything on the constitution member framework they call me. Not that I am advocate by profession, I learned by that art. And I am also called the secretary emeritus because 16 years I have been a secretary there. And being the journey I have gone through the various the process. It is like I don't call I am a teacher, but I remained in that level as a ladder. Remind there others, I am happy. It depends on what you want to achieve in life. The happiness factor is something. You want to be in some space, you be in that space. If you are content with that, I am not telling you all. Youngsters need to have the urge and the fire in you to grow. But it is something at 64, I don't have that urge. I want to be in a space where I become a mentor, I become a guide, I become not a philosopher, of course.
Sure.
But yes.
Thank you, Suresh. So, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Ivan Meisner always talks to us and says that you must be part of three networks, a business network, a social network, and a professional network. I do hope today you've understood from these three very eminent people how you can take charge of the professional network that you're a part of, whether it is Awake, that Madhura was talking about, whether it is ACMA and the wonderful work that ACMA is doing right now to get so much of respectability, or CREDAI that Suresh Hari is championing. And I hope that we can learn these lessons from these three people as Gold Club members, as people who have, who are really, really out there. I'm sure each one of us is part of some professional network or a social network that we're part of, and that we can actually take and make sure that we can give shape to that entire network, and that we can actually breathe life into that network and get things going in that network. I hope you've learned, I hope this is one particular learning that you've got from these three people, three very eminent people. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your thoughts with us.
Before that, I want to put one particular point to all the members here, friends here. See, the business is not everything. Business is not everything, and you have a network. Yes, networking is needed. But you should have a compassion to do what you are doing, because I always quote this: when you are doing a business also, or it is a social also. I'm equally involved in hardcore social activity. I was in round table, and then to where we had a journey together. Yes. We had so was FR and so was Madhura. We had a journey together in various forums, but we have carried it. But we have not used it to our betterment of our business. Let us be honest about it. But this is a hardcore business group. Your goal is to develop that. I appreciate that. Be in that space. At the same time, one policy we need to adopt is, it is not the theory of which my guru or my father-in-law, whom I call always as my mentor, used to tell. It is not win-win should be the theory, not win and lose. Because one man's, in economics, it's a theory that is floated. One man's profit is other man's loss. It need not be.
No.
Today's economy can be win-win for all. Absolutely. It can be a profit share. Absolutely. So if you have that attitude, your network can be very successful. Don't look at grabbing somebody else's opportunity. Look at sharing the opportunity. That is a network that will be successful, long-standing and sustainable.
You want one last word, Madhura? Please. Please.
Well, I thought at least I must get a word to speak, because it's always said that when you give a mic to a woman, she talks a lot. But Shesh Ramkumar made sure that I don't speak more than 5 minutes or 3 minutes, I don't know. But I must say that Awake is the first ever organization of the country, and today it's a model. Everybody wants to create a name that sounds like Awake. There is the Andhra one called ALEAP, Andhra Ladies Entrepreneurs Association of, Andhra Pradesh, like that. But everything, because it was the first organization, I'd like to stop there. But another part that we miss out always is, how did I become part of Awake if I'm not an entrepreneur? And that is never mentioned even, that wherever I go. They talk about my organizations, but as a word, it is not said. I just wanted to say that because one needs to kind of understand and take it forward, so that the proposals, the programs that were done. The smallest thing I want to say, for instance, when we do training, we took bankers sometimes to tell them what to do, because they don't know what to ask as a question. A young lady goes to the business and gives a proposal. She's quite young. So one of the managers asked, what if you get married? Because he's going to invest a lot of money in her business. It's a rightful question, but the way to ask. She got so annoyed that she came running to Awake and said, you people don't know, you must tell these bankers what to talk. What if, whether I get married or not, what is his problem? So we need to look at many things which we have done extraordinarily. I didn't have the time to speak, but definitely one has to look at sensitizing the whole network with which we work in understanding women. Women are not risk averse. I keep saying they are blame averse. Quickly, I want to say this because I want you to understand issues. Because, you make a cup of coffee and keep and go. Somebody asks, who made the coffee? Normal response is, why? Sugar is not enough. It's not hot. I never say I did, because you wanted to say it's a first-class coffee today. That's a problem. So I just want you to understand.
Thank you so much, Madhura. As usual, great learning from you. FR, thank you so much. I love the passions. No, thank you for the passion, FR, that you talked about for ACMA. And Suresh, about how you managed to get Kredai and do so many things. May I request Aarti and Sumati to please.
Thanks, Ram. You didn't ask us to do belly dance.
So may I request, thank you so much, dear panelists, may I request you.
The reason why I said that is if Ram tells me to sit, I sit. If he tells me to stand, I stand. So I would have done belly dance.
Oh, you would have done that also. Okay, fantastic. So I would like you to just be here for another 2 minutes while we escort you. So, but before that, I would like to also tell you, sir, that BNI is not hardcore business. Let me tell you, members, do you agree with me? BNI is about growing the gold, having the golden hand on top of other people, helping others grow their business. Because we believe in only one thing, givers. We believe that if you help others win business, they will want to help you win business. So I would, Ram, I would request you to invite Sir to witness a BNI meeting. And you would see the kind of amazing givers that we have all around us. Yeah. Thank you so much for your insights. And
I'm known for grabbing givers. You don't know about how much I can take out of anybody. So you are doing a mistake calling me.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You are going to be flooded by the love that our members have to give you. And fantastic. So this is what BNI is all about. And with that, I would request each one of our tables to please guide our knowledge sharing partners up to the 5th floor. We are having a short break now. We would all want you to be back by 6:25.
Yes.
6:25.
Yes.
So that we are going to have an exciting program
Just
that's happening.
hold on. Yeah,
but
yeah.
before you go, just hold on.
Yes.
Manasa.
Couple of things. One is these are instructions, okay? These tables will be moved, so please take your bags and all your belongings with you. It's going to be theater-style seating when you come back, okay? So you need to take all your belongings and come first will get the first row and so on. And we have a lot of entertainment lined up, awards for the rest of the chapters who haven't got awards till now. That lined up. We have a surprise lined up. So the time now is 6:03. Please come back by 6:20. 6:20, please come back, same room. 6